Hey everyone. Okay, so today we're moving on from life science into some physical science, and we're going to start off this week by learning about energy. So you just did this in the last section, but if you get any of the answers wrong, make sure that you go back and change your answers so that you can get the best score possible. So let's start with energy. Energy is needed to do work, such as to move or change an object, right? So when you walk from one side of your bedroom to the other side, you need energy to do that work, right? When you are playing basketball and you throw the basketball across the court, that requires energy. So the more energy something has, the more work it can do. So if a basketball has a lot of energy, right, it'll be able to travel a farther distance than if it didn't. The less energy something has, the less amount of work that it'll be able to do. All right, and now you should be in this section over here. So this section is talking about two types of energy. It's kinetic energy versus potential energy. Now the difference between these two energies is really simple, so make sure that you're paying attention. So kinetic energy is energy that something has, an object has, or you have, when it's in motion. So that means like it has to be moving in order for it to have kinetic energy. Potential energy is stored energy. So this is energy that something has when it's not moving, right? The energy is being stored, it's not being released just yet and turning into kinetic energy. So for example, if you're playing basketball and you're kind of just standing there waiting for somebody to pass you the ball, right? You're standing in one spot and you have potential energy. The moment somebody passes you that ball, the moment you start moving around on the court, right? Now you have kinetic energy. So which of the following defines energy that's stored? Again, energy that's stored is known as potential energy. It has the potential to do the work, right? And which one of the following describes or defines energy when it's in motion? That would be considered as kinetic. Here's another example of potential versus kinetic. So let's say you are going swimming in a swimming pool. So this boy has potential energy because gravity is waiting to pull him into the pool. He's kind of just standing there, he's waiting. The moment he dives off, or the moment he jumps into the pool, he now has kinetic energy because he's moving. So when does the boy in the picture have potential energy? Is it the boy has potential energy when he's standing on the diving board waiting to dive, or the boy has potential energy when he jumps off the diving board? Well, in my head, I'm thinking, okay, so I know that kinetic energy is the energy of motion. And I know if he's jumping off the pool, that means he's in motion. So that means that would be kinetic energy. So your answer would be he has potential energy when he's kind of just standing there waiting. And my evidence is that the boy is not in motion when he is standing on the diving board. Because I know that the moment something starts to be in motion, it's now kinetic energy. So when does the boy in the picture have kinetic energy? We just talked about it. It's when the boy is diving into the pool. And my evidence is when the boy is diving into the pool, he is in motion. Which of the following pictures is an example of an apple having potential energy? So is it when the apple is falling from the tree, or when the apple is still like part of the branches in the tree? Well, again, I know that whenever something is in motion, so if an apple is falling, it is in motion because it's moving. It has kinetic energy. Whenever it's in standstill, that's when it has potential. So an apple in a tree definitely has potential energy. And then which of the following has kinetic? Like we said, when an apple is falling from a tree, it is in motion, and so it has kinetic energy. When you're done checking all your answers, go ahead and press that next button and get started on your exit ticket.